Podcast Fresh.
We got some previews for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Oh, come on, act excited.
I'm jumping. Yeah, I am jumping. This is like one of my. I don't know if it's my favorite one, but it's definitely in my favorite. When we talk about favorites, this will come up. But it might be your favorite one. I know you've played these games too, and I think it's the one what's funny? It's the one I probably think about the most when it comes to like when you say Metal Gear Solid. I think of Snake Eater right away before I think of the first one or the fourth one or whatever. So when they picked this to be remade, obviously I got excited, and now we get to see this thing in action more than we've ever seen so far, because before it was just still images for a while, then just announcements and all that. But now we get to see this thing in motion, and people have played it. People are talking about it. People are comparing it to the original and all that. And I think I understand now where I stand on this remake. I think I'm definitely all in at this point. For a while, I was excited, but I was always kind of like one step back almost, because it's Konami. Like what the fuck? They've been making pachinko machines for like 10 years or whatever it is, 20 years, and for them to just kind of start going back into games, it's like, okay. And then this is one of their first big projects, this and Silent Hill 2. So it's like, okay, this is what you guys are doing. Okay. So for me to finally, check out these previews and see what they've been saying, I think now I'm okay. I think I'm like, all right, cool. Because from what I gather, this is a 1-to-1 remake, almost to the point of like, this could have been a huge overhauled in graphics, like a remaster, and it would have been probably looking like the same thing, because they classify it as a remake, but people are talking about it like it's more of a remaster. So it looks like if you're a purist, you got what you wanted, which I think I am a purist when it comes to this, so I don't think I'm disappointed. Yeah, what do you think?
Looks beautiful. I watched the presentation, and what they really try to beat you over the head, and you can see it in the trailer, is this game is done by people that love the game, and they want to treat it respectfully, while at the same time bring in a newer audience, right? So there's been, I guess there's life improvements for the game. For example, I guess with the weapon system, instead of using the shoulder buttons, you're not going to be able to toggle with the analog buttons, which makes more sense, and that's sort of what we're used to. I haven't played 5, but apparently if you've played 5, that's sort of the control scheme they're going with. I gotta play 5. But it looks nice, looks great. I mean, are the hardcores going to get upset about a couple things? Probably, right? But that's par for the course. But I think this looks beautiful, and it just looks like a lot of fun. And it's made with a lot of respect. Nobody mentions the HK name, right? But you can tell that when they're talking about it, they're being respectful to the original vision, and I think this is going to be great. I always thought that Metal Gear away from Hideo Kojima would be scary, almost like giving your baby to somebody else. Let me take Thomas and give it to somebody else to raise. Oh, but don't forget, because it's your baby, and nobody knows your baby like you. You know the little nooks and crannies, and you know everything about him. So to see them do something like this, it's amazing. And it's just beautiful, man. Like, this is... I'm not saying this is going to be the most graphically impressive game you've ever seen, but when you compare it, when you stop this and then go to another video and you watch the original footage from Snake Eater, it beats you over the head. You're like, oh my God, look how far this has come. This is amazing. Yeah. For me, this reminds me of the first time that I saw Resident Evil 2 remake.
Right.
When I'm like, oh my God, we're in the future. Like, this is so freaking cool. So I'm over the moon, man. I'm excited. This is great. What's your biggest worry when it comes to playing it? What are you afraid that they might get wrong, that you're like, a little bit nervous?
So I was actually going to touch on this right now. Because I played Metal Gear 5, that is my favorite, how do I say it? The way Snake moves in that game is my favorite. It feels the best. He feels super agile. I feel like I could do anything with that character model.
He's not boxy.
So when you play these old Metal Gears, they're boxy. My biggest concern is that it's still going to feel boxy. because I have the Metal Gear 5 under my belt and I love the way it controlled that. I'm like all I ever wanted for this remaster was make it feel like Metal Gear 5, but like in Snake Eater, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're fully going into that. But I'm also going to say I think if they don't go into that, I don't think it's a break for me, because maybe it's just it wouldn't work with this kind of game. It wouldn't work with the jungle theme. It wouldn't work with the things they have laid out, the obstacles they have laid out. So that's why it's like, okay, I'll understand, but like I really hope it feels a little bit more like 5. That's all I'm asking. I hope it's not as boxy, I guess, like the grid-based kind of movements and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the graphics are fucking incredible. I keep watching this, man. Even the blades of grass are like distinguished, man. Like, Jesus. It looks, when you look at Metal Gear 5 videos, that game still looks beautiful to this day. Even for a PS4 game, it looks incredible. But then you put it next to this, and this still manages to step it up, and it's like, okay, this is a better looking game. Like the lighting effects, the way the lights. There was a scene in the cave where like the sun was coming through the hole,
where he's holding the torch.
Yeah, man, and like reflecting off the water. Even him moving in the forest, and the shadows of the trees are on him, and the way that's all. Dude, it's like so realistic, man.
Yeah. As you're walking around the tall grass, there's literally bugs and butterflies like going. It's badass.
Yeah, man. This is what you'd want if you wanted to play Metal Gear 3 again. Because I've been debating on trying to like go back and play the games again. I'll be honest, because I'm getting a hankering again for these Metal Gear games. But I know this one's coming out, so I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. So I'm gonna just wait.
And the thing is, Pac, like I know that I've been. I guess of the pod, out of me and you and Darren, I guess I've been the most negative on Indiana Jones,
right?
Which shouldn't be like me at all, because I'm like a first person guy. Like that should be right up my alley. But objectively speaking, if the game looked like this, if it played like this, if it looked like this, I might be a little bit more excited. But this is aside from the Metal Gear stuff. Even if this wasn't Metal Gear, if this game was called, let's just say this game was called Rambo Third Blood or something
Jungle
like that,
Force.
I'd be like, yo, this Rambo game looks amazing, But I'm super excited. They've got some really cool set pieces that you can check out in the trailer. There's like a really cool scene where Snake is on the back of a Jeep and he's got a fucking RPG and he's like blasting these motherfuckers. There's other parts of it that sort of look a little Uncharted-ish, where he's kind of like scaling on the side of a building and he's leaping. This game looks awesome. I can't remember the last time I had a day one buy. I guess it'd have to be Final Fantasy VII remake part 2. I bought it on day 2, which I guess still counts as like day one.
Well,
but
you also got
I got
remake.
it on day 2.
You also got remake on day 1, right?
Right. Yeah. So remake this one, and this one might be day 1 for me as well. This just looks. It looks badass. I'm excited. I'm marking now, bro. I might even get into 5. I don't know. When does this drop, Ryan?
Yeah, there's no clear date. There's no clear date. I'm hearing
25. Are we looking at?
I'm hearing early 25. Some people may think late 24. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see it. Yeah,
I still see like next year. I don't see this coming out this year. But
yeah,
it looks incredible. I could talk about it forever. Like even the camo system, the way they like have it laid out now, where it's like easier to access the camos and stuff. Like everything they needed to improve on, I think they did. So it's like whatever.
Yeah.
And to your point, the HK word. Apparently, I heard that wherever it said a Hideo Kojima game is still in this game.
Oh,
they did not take that out, which is great. I could cry over that. Like that's such a nice sentiment,
yeah.
So yeah, no, that's cool.
Do you think Hideo Kojima puts the game over?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
The whole internet would be like, the eyeball emoji.
Yeah. You got to look at Konami like WWE, like Triple H took over, because I think clearly there's some kind of change there. Like they're still a corporate company, but like I feel like the decision to get back into games, something had to be different, something had to change. So I could see Kojima at least putting it over, saying great job guys, whatever, because the people that worked on this game obviously are fans of Kojima, you know what I mean? Like it's not a personal thing. So yeah. And let me just say one more time, David Hayter back as Snake. That's also very exciting.
That's right,
dude. You play 5, you get Kiefer Sutherland, which is fine, but like, man, David Hayter is just untouchable.
I gotta check out 5 with Kiefer Sutherland. I am a Kiefer Sutherland guy, but like from the 24 thing, because I watched most of this series. I got a little stupid after season 5, so I kind of fucked off, and then it went on forever. Like they did a reboot and it came back, But the first 4 seasons of 24 are really good, and that Kiefer Sutherland voice. So, But I get it. Yeah, haters the man for it, right?
He's the man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this, man. We'll definitely keep this in our eyeballs and update the game as well.
Right. Yeah.